Do you have body parts that develop really fast? You want to skip those? Is it okay? Watch this.
Our next caller is Carol from Indiana.
Hi, Carol. How can we help you?
Hi. I'm actually from
Carol.
California. I'm not sure
Okay,
how we got that, but it's all good. Hi guys.
How you doing?
First of all, really appreciate all the work you do. As everybody says, the information's great. I've let so many friends know, to listen in if they have any questions about things fitness related and life related. So I appreciate it. And, I've been listening for a few years now. So great stuff.
Thank you. How can we help you?
So basically, it's not a super complicated question, but I'll just go ahead and get into it with my background. And then if you need to know anything else, go ahead and ask. I'm 23 years old, 5'3", 125 pounds. I danced ballet my whole life up until graduating high school. Since then, I've been weight training for around 5 years. I also work at Disneyland as a parade performer. I've been in a cut for a few months and I got to my lowest weight at 120 pounds. I'm now heading into a bulk. Now I weigh around 125 pounds and my goal is 135 and to hopefully make the most gains on my shoulders and my legs. I started MAPS Aesthetic last week, so now I'm on week 2, and I really like the full body days. I love switching up the frequency, but I'm not really interested in growing my biceps, triceps, or my traps anymore. So I was wondering, is it okay to just kind of take the exercises out on some of the foundational days so that I'm just kind of maintaining the muscle mass, or would you recommend removing them or replacing them with exercises from other muscle groups?
Yeah.
Just
And then
remove them. Just remove
Well,
them.
it depends. Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Well, first
Well,
of all, what character do you do in the parade?
Stupid. That
I wanna know.
I'm a dancer. I'm just a dancer for like a
We're
Hold on,
that has
Whole
nothing to do with it.
Hold on. Show us your biceps, and we'll give you a
Stupid.
real answer.
Okay.
Let's see.
Yeah. No,
Oh, look
you
at
can,
that.
you can, yeah, no, those are bigger in Sal's. You can skip biceps.
No, it doesn't.
It does.
You're fine.
So yeah, you're fine. You could skip them completely. And I wouldn't, because you're following MAPS Aesthetic, and that's already a high volume program. You don't necessarily, and those are small muscle groups. It's not going to be a big deal. And but you're still getting that work when you're doing chest and back. Like those muscles are getting engaged.
They're
and
not
work.
being neglected.
Yeah, so it's not like you're completely neglecting them. So I think that's totally fine. The mistake I do think that a lot of people make, though, is they go, oh, okay, I'll just do more of the thing that I really want to work, thinking that even more of that volume is going to be better for you. Not necessarily, and I would just probably drop that off.
Yeah, or beginners, right? Let me skip this muscle group. It's like, no. You just got started.
Yeah.
I think you need to train everything. You're totally fine avoiding those things in your training, and really, because you're fit. You've been doing this for a while. You're obviously fit. You work out. You're pretty strong. You could cut those out and it wouldn't be an issue whatsoever. And you wouldn't notice any negative effects. You just don't want them to get more developed is what you're saying. Yeah, you're totally fine.
Yep.
There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. Have you done any of our other programs, or is MAPS Aesthetic the first one that you jumped into?
That's just the one I bought a few years ago. So then I've just run it like a few times. Otherwise I kind of try and like program myself, and like I'll build it out according to like how many sets, and I'll split it up throughout the week. So I've done like different types of splits and everything, but yeah, pretty much just aesthetic. And that's like really different than what I program myself.
What's your goal with the bulk? Where do you want to see most of that muscle go?
She said shoulders and her legs.
Shoulders and legs. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I like MAPS Powerlift.
I like Symmetry.
Or Symmetry is the other program.
Mainly too, because I mean, I've trained a lot of dancers, and there's always a lot of imbalances to kind of work through, and that's usually not highlighted enough, and it gets highlighted a lot with unilateral training. So it could also help to any lagging body part, anything else specifically too that stands out. It'll kind of reveal itself.
But have you ever done like a powerlifting style, like get really good at the deadlift and the squat and the?
No, I mean, like I've worked on getting my deadlift and squat heavy, but like amongst bodybuilding style training. So never like really focused that way.
I like powerlifting for you. I think that would be a
good shift.
I think that would be a great next program for you. In a bulk would be phenomenal.
Yeah.
I think you would really you would reap a lot of benefit. So you've never done like pure strength training.
Yeah.
I guess not.
Oh
I mean,
yeah.
I
would do that.
I like the idea of running power lift in your bulk and then your maintenance or cut in aesthetic.
Yeah, that's
Just
fine.
personally. So you're going to pack on the as much muscle as you can in your bulk through powerlift, which is going to be one of the better programs to do that. And then when you get into like really sculpting, I would run like a maintenance to a slight cut in aesthetic where I'd undulate that 1 week. I would be running like a maintenance calories. Then the next week I'd run like a cut or do that every 2 weeks, flip flop through aesthetic. I think you get some great benefit. From that.
Totally.
Okay. Yeah, I got it. I think I've run aesthetic through a cut before, and it worked out really well because of the high volume. I really liked it. I think I was just trying to like switch it up a little bit this time, but for sure powerlift sounds like it would be a good.
We'll send that to you.
Yeah, we'll send that.
We'll send that over to you.
Would be a good change of pace for
what
you.
does your deadlift and squat look like now?
Like weight wise
Yeah.
for 1 rep max. Haven't done like one in a while, but for 1 rep, I've done a squat at 245
Oh yeah.
and deadlift. I've never done like my true 1 rep, but I can do 245 for like reps.
Holy shit.
Yeah, you're strong.
You're strong as hell.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
strong.
Maps power lift in a bulk. I think you're going to be, you're going to
yeah.
trip out over the goals, over the results with that.
Yeah, thank you.
You got it.
Yeah, keep us.
I had a
Go ahead.
wait. What
Go ahead.
were you saying?
I was going to say, I can't wait to hear actually what those numbers, because you're already really strong. It'd be interesting to see what kind of gains you see then. So
Yeah.
circle back afterwards.
Yeah, no, absolutely. My other question was just like, do you have any tips or advice for the bulk? Just because I've done a couple before, felt really strong, felt really good, but just like, how can I optimize this bulk?
Do you have any, when you've done them in the past, do you find there's any challenges? So, or has it been super successful for you? Or do you find like, oh, I have a hard time with this, or sometimes I
Do you track in the bulk or you just try and eat more?
I usually track. I am pretty like precise, making sure I hit my protein and my calories. Like I kind of let the fat and carbs fluctuate because I feel good usually regardless because I'm eating more. But
here's a tip. Here's a tip for you. Since shoulders and legs are a priority, start some of your workouts with the shoulder exercise first. You probably don't, or I don't know if you do that already or not, but there's some value to you being in a bulk because you want to develop shoulders. Lead the workout sometimes with shoulders. I would basically toggle back and forth, or those for sure are my one and two is legs and shoulders to start my workout.
Yeah, if you're tracking, you're eating high protein, the main thing I would focus on with the bulk are easily digestible foods. So whenever you're picking your starches and your fats, pick foods that just feel super easy to digest, because that becomes the challenge, is how well you can assimilate the food that you ate. Some people run into like things like bloat and digestive issues when they get into a bulk, and that can really cause things to plateau.
What about creatine? You run creatine?
yeah, I'm taking creatine.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, you're on point
No,
then.
you're on point.
You're on point.
So now that Sal said that about the making sure you eat easily digestible foods, it does remind me of like when I get really to like towards the like end, like towards the goal weight, it's harder to like really want to like eat those cleaner foods, even though like they're more easily digestible. So like sometimes I'll just have like, like some cheat meals, and then I, won't hit my goal for that reason. But yeah, I'm going to try and be cleaner about it like this time towards the end.
When it gets to the point where you feel like you're force feeding yourself and you're like, this sucks, then you need to reverse out. That's just a sign. And sometimes you need to reverse out for a week and then go back and you'll feel okay.
I also think too, as young and as fit as you are too, it's okay to do that. To also have balance in your life, right?
Totally.
So like you
mean
also
cheat
don't,
meal?
yeah, you also don't want to be so neurotic that you're like, oh, I can't have that. It's like, no.
What's your cheat meal?
Just like I'll let myself go out like to, get food, like whether it's like Cane's chicken or like just whatever sounds good to me. I'm like, okay, I'm going to have that because
burger and
like,
fries every once in a while, a pizza every once in a while. Like you should do that. I mean, you're at a point in your life, like you don't want to be the girl who's carrying her Tupperware around all the time when you're in as good a shape as you are. So I would allow yourself to do that every once in a while.
Well, thank you guys. That's all I really had, but I'm like you know, I'm super grateful to be here, and I'm super grateful for all the information. And
You got it.
yeah, I'll definitely be running Power Lift next for
And if
sure.
if you have any connections with Disneyland, just email us. We all have
We
kids.
got
so,
kids, so you know.
Yeah, secret
No, me-
places and discounted tickets, stuff like
Do you
that.
get to take like I've been there before with I
Access.
forget what you guys call them, like a VIP person who has like paid annual membership where they like take us around the park and like we got to go to like the front of the line. Like, can you do that to your family? Do you have access?
No.
Oh. That's like
No.
only special
Yeah.
people get that done. I've never heard of that until we got to experience.
Adam
it
wants to do the princess dinner in the castle
does.
or breakfast.
really
or
wants
princess
it.
I've been ruined after experiencing Disneyland that way. Now I'm like, man, I got to find somebody else who can do that. That was amazing.
Yeah.
Have you
That's
gone?
it.
Have you gone to all the secret rooms? Because I even hear some of the employees haven't even been to all the secret rooms.
No.
Yeah,
Like,
that's wild.
I think just, depending on where you work, you might be like granted access or not. I don't really know how it works because I've never been to like a secret room, but
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for calling in, Carol.
Thanks, Carol.
yeah, thanks for having me.
You got it.
All right.
I did the breakfast, the princess breakfast
I bet you
with
did.
my
I
daughter.
know you did.
With my daughter.
I know.
Calm down. We actually had to book it, and then they had the prince, and it was in the castle, and you meet up, and then
I thought that was
and
You
my
did
daughter
the
dressed
Club
in-
33 one
Yeah,
time,
so we
right?
did.
Yeah.
I actually got it to go with somebody who was like paid like a crazy. They pay like a crazy membership fee, like I don't like $100,000 or something ridiculous.
Wow.
Yeah, something. Maybe that's exaggerating, but it's a lot, right? For Disneyland as
Yeah.
an adult. And that was one of the things you get is you get a chauffeur basically to take you around, and you go front of line, everything. You have access to all the private rooms.
Wow.
And the girl who got to go around with us was so excited to take us
Because she'd never done it.
because she's never done it, and she'd worked there for like 6 years.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like really common that you could work there for a long time and not even see all of Disneyland because they keep it so,
I'm just gonna say this, and I know I'm gonna piss off a lot of people, but if you're an adult and you go to Disneyland by yourself,
oh, don't say it. You're pissed my sister off, bro.
it's-
My sister's a huge. I
fine.
took her for her 30th
that's
birthday.
cool.
That's what
I
she
like
wanted
her.
to-
She's cool.
What
but
she
that's
wanted
weird.
to do was Disneyland.
I
And
know, that's
hey,
weird.
in her defense,
That's weird.
it was actually I had a really good time. I thought, you know what? Like there's
Yeah, but would you do it as a man, like just you and Justin go to Disneyland and?
maybe Justin.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah, Justin's a lot of fun.
you guys are weird.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
do mushrooms.
Yeah, yeah.
Whoa. Okay, never mind. That's what a,
Get
what a,
kicked out.
what a crazy
Yeah.
place to do
Yeah.
psychedelics. Disneyland. That'd be
Just don't do
terrifying.
the teacups.
Yeah. Oh, that makes me
Mess you
sick.
up.
I don't do spinny stuff at all.